Hello and welcome. Please do not operate heavy machinery while listening to this guided meditation. This practice is brought to you by Copper Beech Institute, a nonprofit dedicated to teaching mindfulness practice and contemplative wisdom to inspire purposeful living, awaken our full potential for compassionate action, and encourage a healing shift in how we relate to one another and our interconnected world. Thank you for joining us, and learn more at copperbeechinstitute.org.
Just preparing yourself for a meditation, whatever that preparation looks like for you. Coming into standing, seated, laying, walking, moving. Just any position that just allows you to feel a little bit more present to yourself, to the earth beneath you, to the supports beneath you, whether it be the bed or a chair or the ground outside. And coming into contact with yourself in a way that feels nourishing. So maybe that means just starting to knead the muscles of the jaw or the forehead or the face with the fingertips. Maybe it's kneading one hand with the other hand. Self-massage can be such a powerful tool of just attention and care towards oneself. But of course, for some of us, that doesn't feel supportive because of trauma in the body or the stories that the body holds. So just hold that lightly. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. If it does, do it. Just offer yourself some kind of caring touch. It can also be helpful just to start breathing a little bit more deeply, just starting to notice the breath in a different kind of way. Maybe even if it's helpful to you, letting the breath out a little bit more expressly a few times, either by blowing it out as if you were the wind through the mouth or sighing it out. I'm going to do 3 sighing breaths just to come into that different kind of awareness of the body and the breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth with a deep, as loud as you're willing to, sigh sound. It feels good to you, removing any glasses that you might wear or adjusting yourself in a way that allows your body to just feel a little bit more supported. That could mean a pillow under the feet or behind the back. It could mean rubbing an essential oil on your wrists or your neck or your temples, just to bring the sense of smell into it. Honestly, whatever feels nourishing to you, that's such an exploration, a constant opportunity for learning what feels nourishing in this moment. And out of this place of as much care toward the body as you're willing to and able to offer, just settle away from any self-massage that you might have been engaging in. Even settling away from a deeper breath, just starting to come into a quieter place if there's capacity to do so. And quietness is different than silence. Quietness can allow for sounds, for thoughts, for physical sensations, and doesn't need to respond in any way. The natural noise of life can carry on. When I touch into my own quietness, I can let that be okay. And for a little while, I don't need to do anything about it, about the thoughts, about the noises, about what's moving through the body. And then just bringing as much of an awareness as is available to you right now to the heart, the literal sort of thoracic cavity, the place that holds the heart. If it's helpful to you, you can bring a hand to sort of the approximate area of the heart on the front of the body or the back of the body or both. You can also just bring your attention, not the hands, just the gift of your attention to that area of the body. And see if you can just kind of invite a softening here, this invitation for the cavity that holds the heart and the heart itself to feel just a spaciousness. For some of us, it might feel helpful to breathe a little bit more deeply into the heart space, into the chest, just to feel what that might feel like. What might it feel like to bring more breath around the heart? And all of this is so personal, so conceptual, just going with whatever feels supportive to you, to a sense of expansiveness, of spaciousness in the heart area. And then see what it might feel like for you to just acknowledge the heart space, the proverbial home of our emotions. Maybe even saying, "Hello, heart." And then if there's energy and willingness, perhaps asking the heart how it's doing. And not in the kind of good or bad how you're doing, but more like, "Hey, heart, what's happening for you right now? What feelings are present right now?" And if the heart answers by saying, "Oh, there's sadness here," notice the tendency to go into fixing or changing, and instead see what would happen if you just said, "Oh, hello, sadness. Hello." And just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. And just kind of rest back again. Just keep asking the heart what's here, and rather than move into that place of doing or thinking, just saying hello to that which is here. And not in an effort to minimize or oversimplify our emotional experience, but rather to open ourselves up to simplicity just for a little while. That we're allowed to simply acknowledge our emotional landscape and not do anything else about it right now. Just acknowledge what's in the heart and let that be enough. And notice the ease or difficulty with which you're able to do this, to just stay in acknowledgement without moving into action. Hello, heart. What's happening for you today? And again, keep moving away from good or bad, desirable or undesirable emotional presences, and instead just come back over and over again to cultivating spaciousness for the heart. And one of the ways I do that is by cultivating spaciousness in the physical realm around my literal heart, just breathing or stretching into the thoracic cavity, that place in my body that houses the muscle of my heart. Breathing, expanding. Again, if it feels nourishing and helpful, maybe even having a hand on the heart or massaging the musculature of the chest. Or just even imagining, what does spaciousness look like in the mind's eye? And can you offer that up to the emotional landscape? Staying in this open-hearted, acknowledging space as long as feels supportive to you and your needs in this moment. And whenever you feel ready, closing this practice by once more just kind of acknowledging your own heart. Again, acknowledgement can look like bringing a hand there or visualizing the heart itself. And if it feels resonant, just saying thank you to the heart. Thank you, heart, for all that you hold in any given moment. And just breathing here for a couple of breath cycles, just in acknowledgement and appreciation for the capacity of the heart, all that the heart has moved through and will move through in any human lifetime. And just offering gentle strength to the tender heart, perhaps through the practice of gratitude or just acknowledgement. And whenever you feel ready, let the eyes just start to brighten open. Take your time transitioning into whatever comes next.